There is nothing quite like the anticipation of standing under a storm that you forecasted and drove hundreds of miles to see, in hopes that you'll get to witness the wonder of nature, a tornado. Let's count up how many I saw in 2025. After a few months following the first chase of the year that I did on January 5th, it wasn't until April that I would get back out. Here, at this time, I was traveling towards the eastern part of Missouri, passing through Joplin for the first time. I stayed in a hotel nearby, and very quickly, that day's risk was coming upon me. While sirens were blasting where I was sitting in the Missouri boot heel, I was watching radar and suddenly saw a tornado emergency issued for the northeastern part of Arkansas that I raced towards, ended up in the polygon, and barely was able to see the rain-wrapped mass of the final few minutes of a large, dangerous tornado. I would then, after a little bit of struggle with my vehicle and road closures, make my way to Monette, where I would see damage, sparse bits that I was able to find in the darkness after the tornado had passed, and was relieved to see that a catastrophe had been avoided. Back in Colorado, on April 23rd, I would see the state's first tornado warned storm, and then the next day, I was able to experience a very strange environment where there were plenty of rotating updrafts, but they weren't sturdy, massive supercells. It was the Denver convergence vorticity zone doing the kind of magic, strange stuff that it does every spring. Though I saw a lot of funnels Took a while to see anything that really seemed like it was gonna reach out all the way to the ground. That being said, it seemed like every parcel of air that day that rose up was spinning, and it wasn't long before a storm came together to form an actual proper tornado. Buried deep in that rain, only lasted for a few minutes, but did a little bit of damage, garnering an EF1 rating. May 18th was an expansive tornado risk area, ranging all the way from Texas through Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, all the way here into Colorado, where I am. And I took my best friend out for his first ever storm chase. Within 10 minutes of leaving his house, we got 2 tornadoes, as shown right there.
Insane day. Yeah, that's a long produce. I don't think that it dissipated. Oh no, it did. Okay, that's the second tornado. You got that's yep, based on the radar. Look at that nice tube. Beautiful. Look at storm chasing was this easy.
That's crazy. God damn.
A few minutes. Just because we're coming up on one of the precipitation cores. This is a nice long-lived tornado. This is definitely a separate one from the one that we saw earlier. Which means that this might just be the beginning of an insane day. And so it gets all wispy. Look at that. Who's the guy who just... Did that happen?
After catching those 2 tornadoes in Colorado, we would race out to Nebraska, but just barely missed the big show that was happening over there. Fortunately, only a few days later, I was blessed on the 1-year anniversary of my amazing El Dorado EF2 chase in Oklahoma with another set of fantastic storms and beautiful tornadoes. It just seems like May 23rd for me is blessed.
And really mean, but also beautiful. Like right here, yo. That's what I like right here. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. All right, tornado on the ground reported as a 512. Listen. And that's really spinning like I would expect from a tornado. If it's to be believed.
The uncondensed nature of this tornado really threw me off for a good while, but in this clip, I think you get a pretty good idea of just how much it was spinning.
I keep seeing reports of tornado, and I'm like, maybe? That should be it. The vortices are moving. Maybe? Maybe not.
A little fast forward with contrast helps answer that question.
Oh, there's a tree down right here. We got damage. Is the house damaged? We got damage right here.
Shortly after battling some road options that were not ideal, I was able to catch up to the storm as it cycled again to make an astonishing beauty of a bright, tall, sunlit tornado.
We're gonna stop in a little bit. Wow. Look at that. Oh my god.
After that one finished, I passed through Akron trying to get away from hail when I saw yet another. After finishing that chase, it would be a couple weeks before I'd see anything that was a real contender. On June 14th, I was sitting around, struggling, trying to figure out exactly where I should chase. Eventually, some storms popped up on the border of Wyoming and Colorado, and I decided I'd go ahead and give it a shot just to see if maybe Colorado would bless me maybe one more time.
Wow, this base is so beautiful.
Now, with a keen eye, if you look here, you can see vortices dancing around in the rain. The storm was on its last leg, just trying to stay together, and mostly it was really the structure of the storm that was capturing all the eyes of the chasers that were converging on this one. But nonetheless, looking at radar, seeing the tornado warning, and just with a little bit of instinct, those vortices really kept my attention, and I'm gonna go ahead and count this one as a tornado. I would definitely not want to be standing underneath that. Now, to be honest, after June, I didn't really have much luck or even many opportunities to chase again in 2025. It's a long story of all the things that set me back throughout the year, but what I am glad about is that I was still able to chase again. I was able to chase in August, September, all the way into October. So I'm going to go ahead and just let you see a compilation of all the beautiful storms that I saw in that time, even though I didn't really see any confirmed for certain tornadoes. What every storm chaser has to remember is that sometimes tornadoes are just not on the list that day, but storms and the beauty that they bring should always be appreciated. This video comes from October 15th. It was the final day that I chased in 2025. But the very next day, on October 16th, just around town, I was driving and happened to catch the last tornado warned storm of the year for Colorado. Even though circumstances made it such that 2025 was a down year for me with only 10 tornadoes, I appreciated every chase that I got, and I'm so excited for the upcoming season. Thank you all for watching.